All right, the real estate market in the D.C. area has always been dynamic. It's shaped by factors like population growth, policy changes, and trends. As we look ahead to 2025, what can home buyers, sellers, and renters expect? Well, here to help us break it all down, we have CEO of Real Estate Connection, Brian Koester, back with us again. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so let's talk about post-election. So what trends are you predicting for the D.C. area housing market for next year, 2025?
So Trump administration is taking center stage, right? And he has his sort of team of Avengers who've decided they're going to revitalize the area and really revitalize the housing market. So you have Elon Musk and Ramaswamy, which is really going to affect the D.C. market in a big way, going to mandate people come back to work full time. So the commercial real estate market is really taking a hit over the last year, or the last couple of years, with 30% of the properties in DC commercially being vacant. The mandate to bring people back will revitalize downtown, help revitalize some of the businesses, and I think it's overall going to be good. The second thing is the use of federal land. So they appointed Scott Turner, former Washington Redskin, as the Department of HUD. He has experienced the White House with opportunity zones, and they're going to use federal land to revitalize some of these areas that have been just vacant. So the U.S. government owns the largest real estate owner, owns about 7,000 vacant properties, and they're going to be revitalizing those. So lots of activity over the next couple of years.
And you mentioned some areas. So what areas are we talking about?
So, I mean, really the D.C. area as a whole, right? So you're going to see some major shifts, right? So that includes people coming back to work, revitalization of vacant properties, commercial properties now being occupied again, and then you've got Amazon coming here and buying up all the land. So, I mean, the next 3 to 5 years, I would see significant construction, significant expansion, and the shuffling of the cards a little bit. So.
Yeah, so what about the rising or falling interest rates? How's that going to work for us?
Yeah, so the Federal Reserve did cut rates again, right, 1/4 point, and that is in line with their policies, right, to try to curb inflation. Now I think they're trying to figure out how low they need to go to speed up the market. So one of the things is 80% of people now that have a mortgage have a low mortgage below 4%. So there's not really a lot of activity for people selling or buying. They're trying to stimulate that, and they're trying to figure out how low they could go. They've done 2 reductions, and I think you're going to start to see that until you start to see some more activity.
Okay, all right. So, and what about renters in the D.C. area? I mean, in terms of availability or pricing. So does that go up as well?
Yeah, renting's always been tough, right? Because you have private owners, right? And you have a situation where ultimately the cost of renting goes up almost every year with inflation. The income and the opportunity zones will help, but it's something that's been a problem in the city for a long time. It's a problem with most cities. The use of federal land, the conversion of commercial space, all the things that the city's doing, they're lining it all up. It's just tough in DC to rent. I mean, anyone who's experienced that.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, Brian Koester, you have us covered. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Again,
Absolutely.
for all the tips and all you know. We'll be right back after the break.